The old adage has it that necessity is the mother of invention. Nowhere is this truer than in the field of plastics.
We live in a plastic world. Since the 1950s, over 9 billion metric tons of plastic have accumulated on our planet and in our oceans.
If we keep ingesting such microplastics, they will start invading our body, they will start accumulating in our body and create huge health risks.
In 2018, the word of the year was single use. After David Attenborough addressed the problem, there was a shift in public opinion regarding disposable plastic. Now there is a trend for living plastic-free. I'm going to attempt to live single-use plastic-free for 1 week.
Plastic, this, metal, and then we've got that tiny bit of plastic. Otherwise, this would be fine.
This means no plastic-covered food, drinks, or cosmetics.
It's my shampoo, which comes in a paper bag, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna try it out now. Plastic-free shampoo.
I want to find out if this really is possible and if it's the best solution. Popping up all over the UK are plastic-free shops where you can bring your own empty containers to fill up anything from spices, pasta, and even chocolate. I visited my local store to find out how we as consumers can live a more plastic-free life.
How easy do you think it is to cut plastic out of your life?
You know that you get a coffee 2 or 3 times a day. That's like a really easy win, is get a reusable coffee cup. But yeah, I think start small, because if you just think, I'm going to go plastic free, it can be really overwhelming. And you can think, oh no, this is too hard.
So I just got my cappuccino in my cup and I got a free chocolate for saying no to plastic.
According to a recent study published in The Independent, Britain's top 10 supermarkets are flooding the planet with 810,000 tonnes of single-use plastic every year.
I want to get a snack, but they're all covered in plastic. So I can't.
The plastic-free shop was simple and surprisingly cost-effective. So why aren't normal supermarkets following the trend? We reached out to these top 10 supermarkets to see if they would talk to us about their plastic policies. However, they all declined interviews. Editor of the Grocer newspaper, Adam Leyland, has covered the issues surrounding plastic for both consumers and retailers. He explained why supermarkets heavily rely on plastic.
So the whole supermarket industry has evolved around single-use plastic. It's convenient, it protects the food brilliantly, and it's very, very cheap.
Do you think that consumers are addicted to the use of single-use plastic?
I think it's a very, very difficult habit to drop. Consumer behaviour becomes very ingrained, they like the convenience. Same is true of the plastic water bottles, plastic coffee cups. There are so many examples, ready meals, plastic. Everything has been created around plastic and people like that convenience and they like that cost. I think the average consumer has 44 bags for life in their house. And what that says is that people are struggling to remember when they go shopping all the bags they have at home. And they go, don't! We're not going to get rid of plastic overnight. And I think it'll be, in 100 years' time, we'll still be using plastic. But we need to find alternative substrates and we need to have the systems and the infrastructure to support the move to other substrates. What we're not going to do is get rid of packaging per se. We're not going to go back to going to the greengrocers and them doing everything for us in the way that it used to be done, and you bring your old jars and your pots and you get everything refilled. That is such a minority behaviour.
It is clear from Adam's message that there is a use for plastic in the retail world, and a change is not going to happen overnight.
I'm getting ready to leave the house. This is usually the time where I would put makeup on. However, looking into my makeup bag, it's all plastic. So I'm gonna go out now and see what I can find cosmetic-wise that's plastic-free. Morning, so I've just woke up and my plastic-free toothbrushes have arrived in the post, and they're in cardboard packaging, so no plastic.
I want to find out if there is a realistic solution to the plastic epidemic, and if there is a chance we can save our oceans. Scientist Ipsita Roy produces natural polymers that can be eaten by bacteria. Is this the solution?
These plastics are actually biodegradable, so if I have a bottle made out of them, I put them in the soil, there are bacteria in the soil that can actually eat them So they are not like some of the plastics which are creating a huge environmental hazard. These are really, really biodegradable. They would probably degrade between, I would say, 3 to 4 months, depending on the type of soil that they are put into. They're also marine biodegradable. So with all this microplastic problem and the plastics in the sea, killing all the marine animals and all that, this plastic can solve that problem. It's a misnomer that actually plastics are non-degradable. There are plastics out there which are degradable. A lot of, like we have a lot of food which has so-called plastics in them, but they are edible plastics. Not all plastic is bad. That's the thing. Yeah. But the non-biodegradable ones that we're using routinely, ending up in the sea, ending up, in the landfills, yes, we need to get rid of them. Absolutely.
Whose responsibility do you think it is? Do you think it's up to the government to kind of implement this needed change?
Yes, you're right. The government can make a big difference. If they give subsidy to the manufacturers of these biodegradable plastics, say someone who makes plastic bottles, they have a machine there that can make polymer that they use every day, which is non-biodegradable. They have a machine set up for that. They don't want to change that unless the government gives them an incentive. Yes, if you do the same thing with a biodegradable green polymer, we'll give you tax rebate or reduction, something like that. I think that needs to be done.
That was such an interesting chat with Ipsita, and I think we can really take away from that not all plastic is bad. There are plastics that we can eat and digest, and plastics that we're seeing every day that we're told are awful, water bottles, plastic bags, they can be replaced with biodegradable plastics. By going plastic free, I realised how much we rely on it. Plastic is so heavily ingrained into our lives. I had to wash my clothes and I used my last Tide pod, and now, I've got plastic. To expect consumer behaviour surrounding plastic to make an immediate change is unrealistic. However, with a green solution and the right incentives given by governments, there is a potential to replace the plastics we currently rely on with a natural polymer that biodegrades.